many times have we seen breathtaking NBA teams that are unbeatable on paper? Sometimes they look like they could evade the Chicago Bulls of the golden era, but the point is that there have been countless NBA teams that have promised so much to us due to their talent and squad depth. They have also shown glimpses of brilliance, but how many of them have converted their talent and vast resources into significant title wins or lasting legacies? Well, there are only a few, so it proves that there have been so many breathtaking NBA teams that have fallen short of their potential, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Of teams who could be skyrocketed but ended up as dun-dusters. It's like they could fly but chose to walk. It's like they could become Ronaldo but chose to become Salah. And it's like they could become Nadal but chose to become Murray. So let's dive straight into our list of teams that have been so much. Charlotte Hornets. Whenever you talk about teams that couldn't reach their potential, one of the first names to pop up is the Charlotte Hornets of the early 1990s. The Hornets joined the NBA in 1988-89 due to which they were deprived of an opportunity to win the championship for a good 10 years. However, it didn't take long for the Hornets to set up a breathtaking attack and wall-like defense. The early 1990s were the golden period of the Charlotte Hornets, and it seemed like they would stroll toward the title. But I guess destiny had other tricks up its sleeve. The Hornets with the likes of Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, and Muggsy Boggs were the side to watch out for. The exuberance at display signaled an easy title win. But you know there's always a tragedy in every script, like the death of Nairobi in Money Heist. Did I touch a nerve there? Anyways, the point is that with a wonderful all-round team, it was nearly determined that the Hornets would assume a title win. But that never happened, and they were merely restricted to a team of upsets. Therefore, the Charlotte Hornets is one team that didn't reach its potential. Los Angeles Lakers. The 24 Los Angeles Lakers are arguably one of the most talented teams in NBA history. In the 2003 season, the Los Angeles Lakers came back with a new ambition to win a title because of their star players retiring. The likes of Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton came together to have a go at a title win for the last time. The season flowed with a lot of injuries as Gary Payton was only one of the 4 who remained fit throughout the season. But the other 3 weren't completely ruled out of the season as they made returns. The Los Angeles Lakers performed considerably well in the Western Conference playoffs as they progressed to the finals. But isn't it impossible for a team to win a title without unity and cohesion? Well, that's exactly what happened against the Pistons in the long-awaited final clash. It is perceived that the final loss to the Pistons was due to a clash of ego between O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. This marked the end of the dream for the 4 veterans to win a league title. Following this, O'Neal was transferred to Miami and Malone retired due to an extensive knee injury. The Los Angeles Lakers is a team that could have been anything but turned out to be so less due to clashing egos and internal fights. Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors of 2015-16 are perceived to be the most talented team in basketball history, but at the same time the chokers of basketball. Just like South Africa and cricket and Argentina in the FIFA World Cup. You got it right. The 2015-16 team of Golden State Warriors was a force to be reckoned with. A team with a complete formation, an intimidating defense that was hard to penetrate, an attack that could destroy opponents, and Stephen Curry, the MVP. But the question remains, what went wrong? Firstly, their main player Curry played almost a total of 4 full games in the season, which is a huge hit. But for a team with vast resources, should injuries cause such a huge problem? The answer is no, even if it's Stephen Curry. The problem is with the mindset. As we gave examples of South Africa and Argentina above, they never lacked in talent but only in character. Same with the Golden State Warriors. After all, Argentina has Lionel Messi, Sergio Agüero, and whatnot. But why do they fall short? The answer is the same for the Golden State Warriors and Argentina. Character. This is why the Golden State Warriors are called the chokers of basketball, but they're arguably the team that could have been the greatest if it were not for the title. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics of 1972-73 are termed as the quickest team to rebuild. They entered the rebuilding process in 1969 after winning the title as Bill Russell signed off his career on the pinnacle. With the exit of a player like Bill Russell, it was thought that the Celtics won't be the team they used to be. But that wasn't the case as they managed to rebuild for the gallery as they posted record wins in subsequent seasons and challenged for the title in the 1972-73 season. The Celtics were famous for their impenetrable defense starring the likes of John Havlicek, Dave Cowens, and JoJo White. The kids of today might not have heard these names, but trust me on this, players like these are no longer produced. The Celtics bowed out of the Eastern Conference Finals Game 7 against the New York Knicks. Wondering why they're included in this list? Because the names we mentioned above are all Hall of Famers and averaged over 20 points each game in the season. But then why did they lose to a far inferior team? It was because their mainstay Havlicek suffered a major injury in Game 3 of the series, and on return he couldn't conjure up the same form. Although they won the NBA title in 1973, their loss in 1972 prevented their name to be written in golden words. Houston Rockets. How many of your Rocket fans experienced the heartbreak of 2017? With Chris Paul and Harden igniting spark on the court and Harden getting the MVP he had long yearned for, it all seemed just right. An offensive rating of 114.7. Can you imagine that? And the best three-point shooting team in the history of the NBA. How many would have thought that the Houston Rockets wouldn't go on to win the title as they had countered their defensive setbacks considerably? The Houston Rockets bowed out of the running in the Western Conference Finals Game 7 against the Warriors. With a lead of 3-2 over the Warriors, the series looked done and dusted. But it was all but dusted as the Warriors struck back with Chris Paul ruled out due to a hamstring injury. It all seemed set for the Houston Rockets as they were destined for the path of glory. But destiny had other plans, we guess. The Houston Rockets missed out on an opportunity that would set them apart, and they couldn't reach their potential ever again. They still yearn for a championship title, but it continues to evade them. Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns bunch of 1992-93 is comparable with any of the teams mentioned above. A strong defense, menacing attack, brilliant tactical awareness, and mentally strong players made this Suns team one of the best in franchise history. Charles Barkley appeared as the main player for the Suns as he clinched the MVP award in his first season with the Phoenix Suns. The team won the league best 62 games and had an astonishing offensive rating of 113.3, which was the highest in the league. The Phoenix Suns also had the likes of Kevin Johnson and Richard Dumas on their roster who were an integral part of the team. The Suns didn't lack anything besides luck in the season. The Phoenix Suns lost the NBA Finals in Game 6. No weakness showed itself in the series regarding the gameplay of Phoenix Suns, but their exit was only due to the brilliance of Mitchell Jordan, who was impossible to stop. Jordan put an end to the title aspirations of the Suns, who couldn't get back up in the following seasons due to this morale-busting exit. This concludes our list of the best NBA teams in history who couldn't quite reach their potential. We hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for any past heartbreaks ignited. Subscribe to NBA Timeout for the most interesting NBA videos, and hit the bell icon for the latest NBA updates and news. Like the video if you loved it. We will meet you next with yet another interesting NBA video. Until then, take care, guys.